Alrighty, here we back again. While you guys were gone, I finished up putting this master tool carrier back on with the master lip. Remember, the first episode was taking that off, putting that one on, working with this. Now this all goes up and down pretty nice. Also, I took the set screw out of these and clean these up and put a little grease in those, if you can see. But now, where are we at? What's next on the to-do list? Yes, I'm in the same clothes. I'm filming all this stuff kind of over about a day, 2 days, trying to release it. I just want to put like a 5-hour video because nobody's going to watch that. So I'm going to break it up into different chunks. And today's big chunk is I'm going to start going through this pile of scrap. These are rear furrowing bars for an Allis Chalmers G. There's one hydraulic one that'll inevitably go to that one, and then one manual one that we're going to work to try to get onto this one today. So that's what the game plan is. The first thing I want to do is I'm going to start taking all these extra wing nut pieces off. This actually, I don't think should be there because that is the same style as this over here on this one row cultivator. So gonna kind of take some of this all apart here, and as I kind of take some bits and pieces, we'll talk through some ideas, but I have enough bolts to hopefully put that on today, and then kind of get into probably the next episode of trying to figure out and rebuilding this handle junk piece there, but we'll see how it goes. So let's start taking some stuff apart and work from there. So the first thing I'm going to work on is taking these straps off the back of these wings. Oh, wrong way. The ones that are on here are pretty rusted and kind of cruddy. They're going to need to get re-welded at some point, so we just kind of figured right now, let's just take them off and just try to get to just the bare loop. First one, but see here, somebody's got this all goobered and welded up, so probably going to come back here and chop this off. I do have a original set of these in the shed, just never had a loop to need it yet, so I'm going to take off this side and then start kind of digging some stuff out. Alright, both loops are kind of down to just the bare loops now. I took those big L's off the hydraulic one, so we can start working on putting that one together at some point. The manual one's uncovered right now. I'm going to try to get some bolts out of the tube back here and here. And then we're going to try to see if it mounts up, and fingers crossed, we hope it works, but we'll see. So let's see if this is another two-man job I can get done in one man doing it. But I gotta go over to my parts book and look up a couple sizes of bolts and which sizes go for what side and kind of set some stuff up. So give me a moment here. I'm gonna go take these couple nuts and bolts out, go figure out that over there. I'll show you that kind of over there and come back. So let's go pull some bolts. So I just got done over there pulling those bolts out, but this is the parts manual. This is my 1948 one. I think my other one's like 50 something, 51, 52. But actually, let's look, we're this far. My bad, 56. I was way off. But this one here actually is nice because it gives us the sizes of stuff. So if we look here, we need 6. We come down to 6 over here. We need 2 5/8 and 1.5 inch. We need 1 5/8 by 3, and then we need some nuts and some washers. So by my guess, those 2 are here. The third is in the bottom. And then if we come over here to this one, we need 15 now. We come over to 15. We need a 5/8 by 1 3/4. We need 5/8 by 3. And then our nut and our washer. So let's go back over there, figure out what we need, put her on, and sure hope it works. Alrighty, so here we are. I have it mounted up in quotations. It's on there. I got to start working to take this back lift piece off, this lift lever, to try to either take bits and pieces from this or that. That's gonna be tomorrow's project. Kind of ran out of time today. I am gonna continue. We'll do a whole master lift rebuild, put together, working still in this one, but I had to go run and get my hairs cut today, and I'm gonna go run and go get sap and see if the trees are flowing a little bit. So stay tuned. I may have a different shirt on. We'll find out. But we'll be back on this tomorrow. So, well, the furnace is firing up. We're back, day 2, different color, and new haircut. Still the same puppy dog over there, Maggie hanging out. Last night it looks like my dad got bored and got that cotter key that I broke off. Game plan today, we got a couple bolts here I gotta shorten up just a little bit. I think the book calls for maybe 3.5, and I think they're 4s right now, or 2.5s and they're 3s, something like that. And kind of the goal is keep working, taking this piece apart, trying to get that handle off down there, and seeing how far we can get on all that. So, quick refresh on all that, and then we're gonna keep going. Goal is probably try to get that piece today done, hopefully lifting that up. If we get there, we get there. If not, that's where I'm gonna end the video. So hopefully we have 2 or 3 videos put together by the end of this little spring break session. So, let's go. So after looking here, I realized this bolt, where I thought I was gonna have to cut, isn't actually longer than what I need it to be. It needed to be like 3/4 of an inch, and I just tightened it out, and that 2-inch, it was a 2-inch that needed to be 1 3/4, but I realized there's some extra boogering, I think, a little bit onto this, so we got a little bit of extra room, and it tightened up fine, so we're good to go. We're gonna try to take this lock piece out, very similar to this one we did the other time. So popping this to take this out. We'll keep most of it. I'm gonna cut this handle off up here, weld up this one here a little bit, and go from there. So let's see if we can get it popped off. Alrighty, so we got this starting to get bolted back on, dry fitting. Took this whole assembly apart. Handle is cut off up here. Gonna start taking that piece apart there and putting everything back together, and then we'll see if it all works. But dry fit for now.
It's me and it's Opie. We're out here, you know, helping Daddy build a tractor, get it to run. Mainly we're just out here for the good vibes and to bother Dad. Opes is learning how to, you know, put in a screw, suck her fingers. But yeah, I hope the channel's doing good. It's spring break out here. We're just enjoying our time together as a little family. Hey everyone, it's Opes and Becca. We're out here trying to fix a tractor so that we can, you know, plant some veggies and fruit in the garden this summer for Ophelia to have something to eat. Opes is learning the ways on how to run a tractor so she can do all the weeding so we don't have to. Mainly, we're just out here bothering Dad, keeping him company while he fixes the tractor. Spring break, that means it's project time. Just trying to get stuff done, right, Opes? All right. Blessings, everyone.
Okie dokie, so with the help of my pals, we're about to go get some maple syrup. This is kind of where we're going to end this video. We finally have the rear furrowing bar put on. Put those 2 there, 2 bolts there. It's supposed to be a rivet up here, but I just put a little bolt in there for now. I switched this handle from this one. But other than hooking the spring up here, which is going to be kind of a pain in the butt, but the spring gets hooked up here. Boom, there. As of right now, though, goes up and down. So we'll see how long it stays up and working, but that's kind of where we're going to be. This is where we're going to end this little bit. I don't know, I'm going to try to get 1 or 2 more videos this spring break, but that's the rear furrowing bar attached, hooked up. I know I didn't get a ton of video of me doing it all, but running around with that little monster over there and her mama. So thanks again. Again, you can find us on Facebook, Schubel Bauernhof. Don't forget to check out in the description. I will put the link to the website, the Allis Chalmers G project. So take a peek at it. But that's what we have finally put together. This one's ready to go take on spring planting. Fingers crossed.